Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Kevin with Overland, Florida, and we are headed to the Withlacoochee Forest, and we're going to find us a nice spot right on the Withlacoochee River tonight. So today I'm camping with my buddy Jesse, and in the Tacoma behind us we got Josh and Ryan. Josh has a 3rd gen with a rooftop tent. I'll show you his truck a little bit later. You should be able to recognize it from a previous video. It's in some of the North Carolina videos and the Georgia Traverse videos. Anyway, it is rush hour in Zephyr Hills, small town if you guys know where that is. Where we're going to be camping tonight, I've never been to this spot before, so hopefully there's something there and nobody else is camping there. But other than that, it is 81 degrees, which has a feels like of 92. So hopefully it cools off. There's supposed to be a cool front coming. There's like a 65% chance of storms. Everybody else decided to stay home. But we're gonna venture out and maybe the storm will miss us. We'll see. So we just stopped at this Shell to refuel and everything. This is the same Shell gas station over here that Michael's FJ Cruiser was towed to whenever we sank it in the mud. So we're pretty close to that location. Hopefully that doesn't happen this time. But on another note, here's the weather app on my truck. Got a few little showers floating around, but the weather chance has gone from like 65 down to like 40 for in the morning. So I think we should be in the clear for now, but we're gonna get these trucks out in the dirt soon. It's been too long. So we finally made it to some dirt roads. We are in the Richlawn tract of the Withlacoochee Forest. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon and it is still hot, man. It's like 85 degrees, super humid. It should be raining. The clouds are heavy, but it's not, so that makes it even worse. Also, it's not a good solar day. We got the Lucy lights in the dashboard trying to get some solar, but I don't think they're gonna last very long tonight. And as well, I got the solar panel on the bed rack of the truck running the refrigerator full time. Luckily, that's a very efficient system, and a day and a half, or almost 2 days with no direct sunlight's not gonna affect it very much. I have the refrigerator set at 27 degrees, I think, 29 degrees. So everything should be nice and cool. So here's my truck so far. Pretty simple. We just got chairs, firewood. I took all the stuff out of the trailer and I compressed it down to one box. So now I just have one box for all my camping stuff. ARB, solar panel, and a new waterproof box that I'll show you guys later. But here's Josh's truck. There's Ryan in there. Got the Smitty built tent. Some coolers because we're gonna do some drinking tonight around the fire. Plenty of firewood, a lot of propane. Got some steaks and other stuff to cook tonight. One thing we did not show you guys earlier was the campsite, and that's because we don't think it's worth showing. Ryan, how do you feel about this campground that we're gonna be staying at?
I'm definitely gonna be looking for needles anywhere that I lay down.
Needles? All right.
Needles.
That's probably a safe bet, but
make sure you get the OG sticker in there.
As well. So there's gonna be 4 of us camping tonight. How many do you think are gonna survive? Tomorrow morning around 10 o'clock in the morning, how many think is gonna be left?
Well, I got a feeling that we're gonna pick up some stranglers and they're gonna hang out with us at the campsite.
Yeah, I kind of felt that vibe too. Apparently our campsite has a path going through it for the entire, I guess we should just say trailer park, because I don't think it's very much of a campground. So.
We've stayed in worse places.
Yeah.
Chaslowitzka is comparable as far as the people type, but this place is definitely a lot trashier.
Yeah.
But
Done some shady stuff in my life.
I think we're gonna come out on top. Hopefully all 4 of us make it back to the house in the morning. Anyway.
This might be your last video.
So yeah, this might be the last video, so make sure you guys share it. Maybe the funds raised from this video can pay for our funerals, or maybe Ryan's hepatitis shots for the rest of his life.
My hepatitis is more concerning than your funeral.
maybe some AIDS.
Some penicillin.
Yeah. So we're gonna continue this little journey. We're probably gonna cut it short, only because I don't know why, because we're not in a rush to go back to the campground, because if we don't make it back to the campground, I don't feel bad. Although it was a ripoff, as much as she charged us, we could have got a hotel room for all 4 of us and probably had a pool. But we're gonna go find this abandoned fire tower, maybe climb it, maybe not. So we made it to the fire tower. I've climbed this probably 5 or 6 times, but unfortunately it's decrepit and now it's been condemned. So there's no more climbing this, unfortunately. But it's probably for the better. This thing is the ultimate like calf leg workout. Those stairs are so steep. So this is kind of a backstory on how we ended up at the campground that we ended up at. It is St. Patrick's Day weekend, and on top of that, it is spring break for the Southeast. So every spring, every campground, every state park, everything in Florida is booked solid. There's only walk-ups available at some places, and even then there's usually a line like 30 minutes before any of those parks open up for people that are trying to get those spots, so I don't waste my time in lines or anything. So I talked to Josh's parents, and they stayed at this little mom and pop campground with a Jeep club, and then I think there was a Land Rover club there of Florida. I stayed there, and they said it's not much of a park, but if you're looking for somewhere to go, and you know, it's a place to sleep. Now me, I would prefer to just sleep out here in the woods, but that is illegal. I can't do that. And on top of that, it is turkey season for hunting, so that means all those free sites that I usually go to, that I like to film at, those are off limits on the weekends, because those are for the hunters. So, but at the same time, that's usually what makes an adventure really fun. It's just the weird things and stuff like that, stuff that doesn't go right. So it's gonna be a fun night. So that rain chance I was talking about earlier, right now you can say it's 100%. Which kind of sucks for you guys, because that means I can't put the cameras out and film going through these trails. So you're stuck with just me rambling on and dashboard videos. I know I can't zoom in on this GoPro, but I think we've reached the end of the line for this trail. That is basically a lake with cypress trees sticking out of it, so we're going to turn around at this point and make our way back to the main trail. Which I'm really sad that it's raining, because these trails are really awesome. We're gonna have to come back on a day when it's not rainy and film a lot of these trails, because they are really cool with the pine trees and everything. It's actually been raining for quite a while, and these trails are just turning into a little river. I haven't needed 4-wheel drive, but maybe 3 times. The back end started digging down, so catching up to Josh up here. But other than the shrubs, I wouldn't take anything larger than a Jeep or a Tacoma out here. The shrubs are cut just enough that I'm not getting a bunch of pinstriping in my truck. See, these mud puddles right here are deceiving, because they have water in them, and then trucks will go through them with 35-inch tires, 38s, 40s, and dig ruts, and you can't tell how deep they are. So as long as you don't frame out or bottom out, usually you're pretty good. So this is Trail 41. We kind of hit the same situation. I think I could go through it, but I'm not gonna make Josh drive through this lake. But you can see it's pretty deep. The only problem is this is like a goat trail and there's nowhere to turn around, so I'm gonna back up or just do a really muddy 3-point turn and go off the trail and hope I don't fall into some kind of sinkhole, quicksand, mud. So it's almost done raining. Josh is stuck, so I'm gonna back up to him. I have a strap, and if my truck can't pull him out with my street tires, then I have it come along as well, so we should be able to get him out. Yeah, I got some other stuff in case it wasn't. Just grab that strap, and I don't think that clevis is gonna fit through there.
I think I can probably put the strap through and then just...
Well, here. You think you can get that pin through it? So we just drove through a lake, and I don't think Josh is gonna follow us. Although I don't see them, I don't see Ryan with his hand out the window telling us to come back. And of course the phones don't work out here, so we can't call each other. Oh, he's gonna go for it. How was that one? That was pretty scary. When I came across Chase, it's like, that's gonna be a no. And I'm like, you never know until you try.
About just coming straight through here.
This is where Aaron and I pulled out a Tacoma.
How bad is it?
It's probably up to my shoulders. So part of coming out here is knowing when to stop. And that might be coming sooner than we think. Oh man, look at this one. This is like... It's hard to tell. Yeah. I'm just going... The key to this, everyone wants to go fast and push water. I go really slow and wait for the front end to sink down to kind of tell me, but the good thing about out here a lot is it's sand, so you kind of have a yeah, we're gonna back up. So you kind of have a hard bottom, and we almost had water coming in the cab. You can't tell how far we just tilted over in the camera, but yeah, that was pretty deep right there. Plus all this rain is not really helping our cause. Let's just try the other side while we're here. I'm pretty sure there's probably a creek that crosses right through here because it's getting pretty deep. So there's the lake. And honestly, this roundabout way right here doesn't seem like a better alternative. But, ooh, man. So we're in a lake right now, and we might have fallen into Josh's ruts. So I got it on 4 low, and I pushed this button right here. This is for the rear axle, so we're gonna lock the rear axle and see if we can back out of this. Oh yeah, that was nothing. All right, let's see if we can go forward then. Oh yeah, I don't think we even really needed the locker. But at least I know it works. I'll never use it. I cannot believe it's still raining this hard. Josh is taking an alternate route. Oh, that's mucky. No, stop, stop. It's trying. I wouldn't make it any worse than it is, just because if I have to pull you out, I don't want to risk not being able to.
Yeah.
But
keep the wheel straight and just keep on going. We're making momentum. But
yeah, but every time you go forward, you go like a half an inch deeper. Then you're gonna be sitting on the skid plate.
I think I can probably back up.
Yeah, I think you best bet backing up. I can always drive on the other side of you or around there. Go, 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 go. There you go. As long as he can get past his own ruts. Yeah, you're good. Golden. We found a nicer, wider trail, and it's done raining, like I said, which is really nice. And it is down to 69 degrees, so hopefully the temperature keeps dropping, and it'll keep the mosquitoes away when we camp on the Withlacoochee River. So as you saw, this side of the truck is bad. I don't even think it's pullable. I gotta come along, but it depends how much on the frame I am. Yeah. Yeah, it's sand.
But it's all solid, it looks like. They don't even look that deep right there. So we may get you out and try to come through here.
If Josh's truck won't pull me backwards, I can use the come along to make my truck go forward. It's just gonna be time consuming, I think.
I can just go around you and then
No, we'd both be stuck. So, plan of attack. Just to save time, we're gonna try and back Josh's truck up to my truck, see if I can just get it off the rear axle. It's just bottomed out, framed out right now. If not, I have a come along, and there's trees perfectly placed right in front of the truck that I think we can get it back onto the little side trail right there.
try
It's hard to tell how deep that is, but I was just dragged through that. Surprisingly, Josh's street tires pulled me out. I had my doubts. I don't think I told you guys, but I have a Prinsu roof rack now, 2.5 inch Old Man Emu lift, and now I have a winch bumper, but I haven't installed my winch yet. So we just turned around. We came to a water hole that literally had wildlife living in it, and it had grass growing around it and lily pads. And that just tells me right there that it is pretty deep. I drove into the edge of it and the front tires just sank. And you could tell it hadn't been driven through in some time. So we're gonna turn around on this trail, go back to, what was it called? Old School Bus? School Bus Road, I think. And we're gonna wind that around to our campsite, because I'm starting to get hungry. So this trail is gonna connect hopefully 2 more trails that are gonna get us near the entrance to the campground. I just hope they're all passable. Right now we're kind of in like a pine forest and it's pretty dry. I don't see any cypress trees or water holes or anything. We do have these occasional deep ruts. But I think as long as the trails connect and they're open, we only have to go probably like 4.5 miles, but I think it's probably gonna take us like an hour, unfortunately. But, oh well. We're used to cooking in the dark anyway, setting up camp. So remember a few minutes ago when I said it was pretty dry? Well, we're kind of driving through this lake right here. It's kind of hard to tell, but that's all water and lily pads and duckweed and everything up there. So I think we're gonna have to turn around once again. We'll get to camp eventually. I mean, if we don't, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, this is safer than there.
So that's what we're up against. Yeah.
Raise no fish.
Here we go.
Man to the rescue.
Oh, it's cold. Cold. Ain't bad.
Try to walk on the deepest part if you can find it, just so.
Right there. Pretty good run. So if you stay right here in the center, you should be fine. Y'all.
That's Josh's floorboard right there.
Yeah, that's already out of the floor.
It's knee deep.
And that's not counting like a big rut.
So we're gonna opt for the 7-point turn, and even though it's gonna take a lot longer, we're gonna find another trail. I think the road that we're branching off of is School Bus Road, if you guys are familiar with that area. But as you can see, Ryan could walk it and he got like maybe a quarter to a third of the way through, and it was already above his knees. So that's Josh's floorboards right there. Pretty much mine too. But I only have that one 30-foot strap, and if you get stuck in the middle and it's 50 feet, you know, to hard, compact land, then you're SOL. We'll have 2 stuck trucks. So we're at this campground, or compound, I don't know what you really want to call it, and we picked the campsite that was the furthest away from anybody. And while we were gone driving through the woods, a family must have come with a like 22-foot trailer and like 6 kids under the age of probably 6. And our fire pit is literally almost inside their campsite. So it's kind of awkward. So we're gonna dig a hole, move our fire over here to be away from that family. And hopefully the campground host doesn't come yell at us. What are we drinking here, Ryan?
Havana Club, straight from Cuba.
Awesome. So here's the setup for now. Got the refrigerator, this light right here, which lights up the cooking area well. It runs off solar panel, and a 100-watt battery in the bed of the truck. Even though this refrigerator is not weatherproof or meant for outdoors, I leave it in the back of my truck. It's been through its fair share of Florida rainstorms. Still kicking, down to 27 degrees. Got Josh over here manning the fire. Ryan's getting the grill ready, chair set up. Jesse's over here setting up a tent that he's setting up for the first time. So what's our gourmet meal for tonight?
That one's just regular Oscar Mayer hot dogs. This one is, I don't know, I found it in the fridge. My old lady eats weird things sometimes. Chicken Frankfurters. So,
Frankfurters?
Frankfurters, look right there. Chicken Frankfurters. Yeah, so it's made in the USA.
Yeah. That's a funny thing to have on
Frankfurter. That sounds like something that you name a lady bit.
So do you want the fine china or do you want the paper plates?
Well, waste not, want not.
Paper plates it is. So we didn't tell you guys when we checked in that the lady said she was going to walk over here and hand us toilet paper rolls because the other people in the trailer park are stealing our toilet paper. So if we had to go to the restroom, that we wouldn't have any toilet paper. So it's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and this is how close we are to the Withlacoochee River.
Don't tell all my secrets.
So that was our neighbors. This is kind of where we're camping. We were kind of reluctant to show you guys, but it's a canoe rental outpost. And they have these abandoned RV trailers that people were living in at some time. To make it even creepier, last night when we were sitting around the fire, people kept going in and out of this abandoned trailer. Like, you can see the sliding glass doors off. There's no interior walls. I don't know if they were like stashing things in there. I don't know. But at least there were no weird encounters, but we waited until way after dark before we came and set up camp. But it wouldn't have been that bad. I mean, it's kind of fun. I mean, just going to places like this, mom and pop places. But the lady was trying to charge us $23.87 per person. So it would have been over $100 just for the four of us to just sleep in tents and hammocks by a river with no amenities really. We are driving through Withlacoochee right now, and we had a successful trip. And on the way back, we're gonna swing by Zephyr Hills and go to Rural King. Jesse and I have never been. Josh is back behind us with Ryan. They've never been either, so we're gonna go there and scope it out, see what kind of supplies they have. So we checked out Rural King, really awesome store. I really wish they would come to Lakeland. I'd probably go there almost every day. Bought a couple little cool things for camping, and you'll find out what I bought in the next camping video. We ran into some traffic in Zephyr Hills from everybody getting out of church and everything, and now we're about to get on I-4 and head back home. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next camping trip.